2026, if you haven't already figured it out, is a year of disclosure. A year where many truths will come to light. 2026 is a year where many will begin to question their very existence, our very existence. And a few months ago, I put out a video called Truth and Lies, What's Real Anyways? Because we're going to be tested, is what I'm understanding. The truth of how we see ourselves, what we have been told, what we have been shown, is now forever changing. Now, I'm calling this a year of disclosure because I'm telling you, I did a short reel on the EPUB, the files. Um, and I'd been talking about that, the shock and awe of it. And there's another wave coming in. And when I say another wave, I mean more information, more things that have been hidden beneath the surface. So I wrote down a few things. I'm going to make this really quick. But yes, 2026 is a year of disclosure, a year where many truths will be revealed, a year where not only our reality will begin to shift and illuminate what was hidden, but we're also going to feel, see, sense the shifts within our physical body. Now, many of you know I am an intuitive, a medium, and a channeler. Some of you have been following me for a while. You also know that I have a very strong connection with my team and guides and spirit, as well as some star beings. Now, there's much debate on UFOs, let's call them UFOs, and if they are demonic beings. Now, what I will say with this, because I feel like truth needs to be brought to this, and some of you watching probably already know, there are nefarious extraterrestrials, just like there are many that are here on the planet. And this is why it's really important to use discernment. Um, if you have taken any courses with me, I talked about this in the sensory perception, really feeling into it and knowing whom you are connecting with. Just like here, uh, many people can put on a disguise. They claim to be something. This can also happen in the astral fields, and also in many multi-dimensional planes and timelines. Remember, everything is of frequency, everything is of vibration. Now, what I will say to this is within this second wave, not only is more information going to come forth about the hidden secrets, ancient lands, sacred waters, the energetic grids, around planet Earth and within the planet Earth, also connecting to multi-dimensional timelines and Earth grid systems, but the sacred waters. These are areas that have been concealed for millennia. And what I'm understanding is these are connected to ancient civilizations. These ancient civilizations are encoded within your DNA. Now, many of you know or have heard of the 12 DNA strands. So these are reactivations that are happening. I'm also going to bring forth that many of you, and certainly those that are in my meditation group, there have been many activations and messages that have been pointing to the palms of the hands. Some of you, I've been talking about this for a few years now, will begin to develop a more keen, a more strong sense of telekinesis, will develop a stronger sense of telepathy. This is communicating without voice, but through conscious thought, through imprints. And this is too how my guides also connect with me. There are many different ways. But what they wanted to bring forth too is the chakras or the energy points in the hands that are being reactivated now. Not only that, but the reactivation within the crystalline Earth star and our Earth star, and the reactivation within the padas, within the feet. Now, what I want to bring forth with it is this information within the sacred lands. Now, there is a hum, there is a vibration. And not only that, this hum and vibration comes with a sacred geometry imprint, the sacred geometry imprint. And what I'm understanding from the elementals and those of the higher realms is that many have walked among us all, just like the other. Now, some have been within the mountain plains. Some have been, what I'm understanding is for those that have known, they have been here for quite some time. So, some people have asked me, what are my thoughts on Reiki, or what are my thoughts on some of these healing modalities. And I'm going to say this again, they were great for that time, but now we're moving into a higher state of consciousness, a higher state of knowing, a higher state of being, and we are becoming more luminous, we are becoming more crystalline, and we are reactivating not only the dormant DNA within our bodies, but we are remembering the ancient codex within the cellular body and multidimensional time space. So with this, we are bringing in the higher forms of healing, higher forms of communication, and also working with the higher realms. Um, uh, and I'm saying this because these are the teams, the connections that I have to these higher angelic realms and my star sisters and brothers. Now, just like I said before, there are individuals on the planet and in multidimensional timelines that use these technologies for, let's just say, their own power, their own control of your thoughts, of the planet. And we're seeing these being dismantled. Now, I'll share a story with you really quickly. I also said I wasn't going to make this very long, and you know me, I like to give gap. But I just use this as a point of, when you're first awakening, it's just like a baby. You look at, and I don't mean this in any disrespect. It's just like you want all this information. You're absorbing it like a sponge. So you seek out, all this, and you can be very vulnerable and naive at times to believe all that you see. And I share this story with you because this happened to me, and it took quite a long time for me. What I'm understanding from my guides and team in spirit is this was me, my path to healing, evolving, using discernment so that I could teach these or bring this forth for clarity now. So I was guided to an individual, I'm not going to say any names, who channeled star beings and brought through these technologies. No doubt these technologies were very, very, very powerful, and I did feel a shift, and this is what can happen. But what happened was these energies then came to me in the middle of the night. They affected my energy body. They tried to come in sexually. They affected my thoughts, etc., etc. So this is why it's very important to use discernment. And this is part of the second wave. And the reason why I say this is because there's going to be many people claiming to channel or bring forth information in these technologies and so on and so forth. But it's really important that, again, you use these what's called your sensory perceptions. So what happened with me is I had to do a lot of deep healing and clearing and understand where I was giving my power away and how to really feel when these beings were coming into my field. Now, as you become more luminous, as you heal, and as you understand your sovereign right, who you are as a soul, and healing all fragments, you begin to shift in vibration. And what happens is, again, as you are awakening or reawakening to this light, to this knowing, again, you search out. And this is very common. And I share this because this is what happened to me. Um, and this happened maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And I am really feeling called to bring on a couple of my friends from that community whom had similar experiences just to kind of share. Again, not to put anybody, I'm not going to attach any names to this, but just to share a story of discernment. Much more information is going to come out about this, much more information. But again, it's really important that you feel into it, know what's right, or feel what's right, and you decide. Because at the end of the day, you have a choice. Just like the information that you're listening through this channel, you can take it with a grain of salt, or you can, use this as medicine for you to move into these different altered states and higher states of consciousness. Um, so, yeah, that's one. Number two is there's going to be more information. I talked about this last year, and I'm going to be talking about this again. More information is going to be coming forth in Egypt. Back in 2025, and I talked about this before about underground. Um, Ancient civilizations. I was also shown, and I've talked about this in previous YouTube channels. I don't want to keep repeating myself, and those that are in my private group, I've talked about this several times. Um, the guides have brought forth that there are holograms that have been set in place and underground tunnels that are connected to grid systems and electric magnetic charges that are going to be brought forth. These are underground healing and ancient technologies. We're also going to hear and see of, how do I want to say this? Portals, tunnels. What's going to happen is it's going to seem like for some of you, not all, that you're going to glitch out. It's almost like you're going to feel like you're glitching out. Like it's going to become almost like I'm getting from the guides like a psychedelic reaction. Like you're like, am I really seeing this? You're feeling like you're losing your mind. And what I say with this is really important, again, to spend more time in nature, to journal, to tune in, and to connect to individuals that can help bring a little bit more clarity. One of the things that I will say with this is when this information and some of these things were happening within me, I actually had asked my guides and team to slow some of this down because it was too intense. And those are some of the things, again, that you can ask is just to kind of slow things down. So, if you feel called to reach out to connect a little bit deeper with me, you know where to find me. You can reach me on my Instagram. I also have a website, jenniferglendenning.com. You can check me out there. If you have a question in particular, if you have something that's been coming up within you, please, there's a dove that just flew by. Please ask. I always say no question is a stupid question. You're having these questions for a reason, and we can actually all learn from each other's questions. So please don't think that it's, a stupid question. It's not important, because we can all learn and evolve. That's one of the things is, we don't ask because we just think that, I don't know, we just assume that people are going to judge or whatever. I mean, the mind can create all these stories and different narratives. But I will say the guides are really wanting me to bring forth that there is the second. I had talked about the purification and the different waves coming in, and we are very much in the precipice of this second wave. So expect more ascension symptoms. Even when I talk about this, I can feel, see, sense. The birds are really singing, the elementals are really coming forth, but I can really feel this within the ear, and this sense of sonic waves, frequency waves, electric magnetic waves, sonar waves, and I'm being guided to the seas. To the seas. I've been talking about this for a while. Um, Things coming forth from the seas, the waters within us. Aranyondo aradiaka aratud a India statadian onyakiara un ara un ia tatatara un a. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards. Again, please reach out if you are feeling called, if you are feeling cold, if you want to connect. Ooh, this energy is getting really, really, really intense for me. Some of you watching may even start to feel this shift. Let me pull a couple of cards for this. Again, 2026 is a year of disclosure. I've been talking about the waves, the different waves, or the purification waves coming in. We are now about to enter the second wave of information and healing. Here we go, second. I think I pulled this card last time, actually. This is the Lilac Fire Dragon, transmutes through the power of divine love, open to the transcendence of love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace and joy. And this, again, we have been guided to move into our hearts, to connect, because as we continue with these, um, how do I want to say this? Healing, um, healing the fragmented, the discord, the wounds, the lies, the deception, the energetic grids, control grids, as these things misfire and more people are coming into truth, it's very easy to get angry and lash out. So use that energy, use that anger, use that your voice to move through this and transcend it into as all things, knowledge is wisdom, wisdom is power. But how are you weaving that power? And that second card is the strength and guidance coming to you from your higher self and team and spirit. We have the transformation card. All right, I'm going to pull one more. I also feel the guides coming through. This is going to be a light language transmission at the end. I'm trying to make this really fast because I know some of you don't. Yeah. Watch to the end. If you are watching to the end, please give me a like and a thumbs up. 2, 3, 2 more here. Okay, here we go. All right. So, whew, dizzy, 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 dizzy. All right, some of you are feeling trapped and in fear, or feeling like there's no way out. This is an illusion, and a time to heal, a time to forgive yourself, a time to forgive others so that you can truly be the alchemist of your life. Remember, your life is a canvas, and you have to declare this for yourself. You have to seek out and really understand that you have the power. And as soon as you make that declaration, as soon as you declare that for yourself, the right people will come and help you. Okay, so please understand this. And as soon as I say this, the two of fire, and I'm getting a strong alchemy, the alchemical action to change this, to move this pain. Into light. You're coming into your own. New partnerships, contracts continue to move forward. These are positive signs that, the illusion, the veils are clearing. We have the Sun card, which is a high frequency card, and it's saying, again, happy outcomes, new ideas. I talked about this in the last video. New ideas lead to success. It's about believing in yourself and really following that light. We also have the King of Earth. This is about getting things done. I talked about this in the last video. If you have been putting things off, I'm telling you right now, this energy is supporting you. It's guiding you. It's encouraging you. It's motivating you. It is helping move things out of the way and bringing in the right people at the right time to just get it done, to just get it done, to clear it up, to clean it out. Here we go. We have Thoth. I knew this was coming. Again, these are ancient templates. These are ancient codes. These are ancient rememberings of a time that was not too long ago. I'm hearing that are coming through the waters. When I say the waters within the seas, but also the waters within our bodies, song, singing, codes, light language, esoteric teachings. This is divine magic. This is alchemy. Brothers and sisters of the light, it's time to raise your vibration and claim this for you. An anyo, iatara, un a, rut un a, rit it itiasta, un a, rut it ishta, un ara, 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 un a, it a, ut usta. In an ora ar it ara, ut a, ut usta. An rut a rut tit o rut a it a rut una. Much love. Bye for now.